Yamamo akwaba afitu mlikande shia yei. Ewo Facebook nuswa eye DLFM 106.9 kufitela damenti kaseboni demwa ubenya bine wahwe ede amayen. Yensha kasebona simfamfira sie ewo my Ghana yemna shebetwam. Redom kase ba no dini onukura yanso ene ye Minister for Parliamentary Affairs eye Mahama Ayarega ede nsema tudwa echirimam. Mi kase no Ghana mampeni John Dramani Mahama enam kwanso am opese ode fufuro ede ko ebe modia ede fa my Ghana amamra ne fa emakwan ma oyotemuafo peni ono ena da Supreme Court ano no yetumi tu no omenhye fufuro kra dia fam na tumi aboa medu baabi no temuafo peni etu ane mobia nsemfata sebeso mampeni tu na tu no enkwankwaye etu na kram emra na Mahama Ayarega ede nse wodi tudwa e o mesebedwam ene ebrada kotonuma abosemene da etaso aduonu nsomu ene wo kire misem sesi amekese de Ghana mampeni egusu a oya hyehye sebetumi aboa na emra wei ebakopia masebedwam na masebedwafo atenase ebobo hu anu hu ne sem eye oman Ghana court kubatan eye oman Ghana Supreme Court Chief Justice Sebase otua ne mobi na nsemfata ni tuo no ebeye simple kram afinso eye judges ahodo amosom ewo High Court afinso Court of Appeal ni nyinata sakwabese obi etua ne mobi a etietia mra ni tuo no enye tu na vise na nsemkese no eye ya maame otemuofo penin eye Gertrude Alaba Esabate ni tu no akwade se bitumi antu Ghana mampeni peso ho no na nsemkese no aya kasakasa agentra o mayima wane mu kirem se ha dwenye pane senti anemo ya Ghana mampeni peso tu no beboa pam na we no emema kopie mu ewa masebetwam na du pampenso hu behia so modern akọ o maga na bonten so ema Ghana fo nyina akira o madwen agye atum ansa nampo ayadwuma nanso mra Mahama Ayarega kasa no wanhye da akira bre cropoten ene guidelines ahodo beboa mamra na baya adwuma de nanso o kirem se enche be Ghana mampeni akopie mu masebetwam na de mrai akwakoto nom ade nsem sei etudwa ewa masebetwam.
By the time we finish passing these bills, the legal architecture of Ghana would have received a significant overhaul. Right, Honorable Speaker, the Attorney General will also introduce several subsidiary legislation. They include the Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Regulations, the Court of Appeal Rules, Economic and Organized Crime Office Operations Regulations, Economic and Organized Crime Office Terms and Conditions of Service Regulations, High Court Civil Procedure Amendment Rules, Interpretation Regulations, Judicial Service Terms and Conditions of Service Regulations, Legal Aid Commission Regulations, Supreme Court Rules, and very significantly, removal from office of Justices of the Supreme Court Rules. The President, John Dramani Mahama, is determined to fast-track legislative reforms to strengthen our institutions of government 106.9 and further entrench our democracy. The President is committed to legislative clarity with transparency when it comes to the constitutional mechanics of the removal of justices of the superior courts.
Eni a woti ye no ono na akopie mu e wo my Ghana yemra hyebedwam a ono na ye dom kese no padu dini ono kware nso na ye Minister for Parliamentary Affairs ne den ede odumyamfo Mahama Ayarega na ne kwakura mu no na Deputy Minority Leader eye Patricia Agyei echiremusem ekwe ahodo a Ghana mampeni John Dramani Mahama opese ofaso na otu oman Ghana temuafo peni no etan na yade a enum guase na ye fede ye paso mampeni ebetumi atena na oman Ghana ye court kubatan no ode nanima ye fom sam na ye maame Agyei echiremu a Ghana mampeni pese osesa ND semanyoko no ma ekwatena tabanwa so watemu akonwa no so sebe ya beboa na de opeso oye oman Ghana no oye na sebe ye mfa so enjekire woman.
Audacious attempt by the presidency to undermine judicial independence have reached dangerous proportions. The nation watched in disbelief as the executive launched brazen efforts to remove the Chief Justice of the Republic. An assault not merely on one officer holder, but on the very sanctity of the judicial branch. At the same time, the president is seeking to pack the Supreme Court with loyalists. 7 nominations in one swoop, clearly designed to bind the hands of the Judicial Council and tilt the highest court in the land towards executive interest. Equally troubling is the identity of the legal practitioners leading this crusade. While the right to counsel is sacrosanct and every citizen is entitled to legal representation of their choosing, it is profoundly disquieting that the lawyers spearheading the campaign against the Chief Justice are individuals publicly known to have represented or are still representing both the President and the Speaker of Parliament in active legal matters.
Any awoti ye a deputy minority leader. Neden Ede Odiminyamfo Patricia Apiagyei ene awoti ye.
Yantoa kase bone so na so ya ehwa adisua ho nsem awo man Ghana mu ascience san ebiom ade afa kwan a ye school mo from kotro bi si so he no omo fa so ade yi omo schools no le ye mfimpim yenu ne aduonu mu de dia oma chase ye ndedei kotoni ma abosome eye ne de toso aduonu nsu ekoso ye fiada dwumbusume ne de toso nsia ewo mfimpim yenu ane aduonu numnumu na ya ade amri bi etwa mu no mu twa mu esanse nanka school for na ansa na ometron so he no omudi kan echuso om schools nansa nanso nsesaye ne ba ye na chese wo so omokotro eye so he ni wie ansa na omaba bechusu school no when a deputy minister at the medication Dr. Clement Apakan editudwa na oche mu se ade asese de o masensi omodade mu bio esansen sakraye ompeso monye na fam tu empuntu embra ye school na ayom select se na ebe yom betimi enso so ehu SHS omoso ebe kono sanso aneba placement won sensem a bibia ebetimi akoso ye nti omo hu ne se eno beboa awofo any school for no metimi aboa se koba se placement won sensem ba eye ho hyehye ni na no ombetimi bibi e de afan we san say no achechefo no omumpanifo no enya ade a omodi omoho ebeji mu bio owie na coordinator e de ma free SHS Sena Okitidua enso ali tudwa na oche mu say ya de ahye ya aban de abai de beboa ye papa eno sa na chinyeji a ye timi ba mu wa bro mu chusu schools no ebetimi eto aba ase kra sanso na beboa eye awofo no ene eye omoma no say yo masudie say omo akasa be chusu schools a ombetimi akọ na sese ene de schools no mu chusu no eye nson emunum no eye main choice e de ma we mu mienu de se koba se emunum no wentimi enya mu bia Nyankopon betimi aye wadum na mienu na aka no wetimi enya mu baako sanso anaye enum na wo so ohwe se mu miensa boarding school ana mu mienu day school no obi ani ho kwan so se category A ni B schools no betimi achusu mu mienu baako ana abechusu na emom ebe category C na opekra enum ni na no betimi afa efi honom na ye BC nso he no sha se ye June bosome ne da to sonkron wo mfimpimienu ene aduonu numnimu
Yanto akase abo no so a na ochekire ni a ochira de ewo oman Ghana yesu apon mechire University of Ghana ne den e de Dr. Chika Mba e de afutuo e de ama ebibiman titiriu ene oman Ghana chire mu a ene wanwan ye pa sebe obi ye Ghana ni na osode antade a wo hye eya abrofo ntade aduane a wodi eya abrofo enuane ade bia de obeto no opeso ohun sebe kwasi broni dia ebimini dia ene enye kuram emra openi ene DLFM yamane boni ka kire kwasi yabo a etwetwe nkomo ana wo kire mi sebe empenifo akasem bi sem se wo wure free wo krom hina ben a wo yira wadwabo ase tie ne wanwanye pa se ne ebibiman ya tikura yim na ne ma ya abrofo de ene ani ko ho Ghana ni ekwa kwotwa no ko hunu sebe ya twere made in Ghana gu ho a bibini na ye Ghana ni de anya papa mento da wo kura yim bibini ekwa yase a wabo coat osinse sebe funa ya deda no enya asem kuma ene ebo tie pa wia kata ban kwabana ba won ho moden atutuntuma apam yane yentade no onye da na wabo coat twintwanam kro no hanom openi akaze kire mi sem Ghana fo di mpa deda yeso ye ne local names ne yempe edembi di sebe ofoliwa ene Sikapa asare bibini se wompo ene obadi se ne Pamela ene brofu di twintwana da kwabla no so a o kiremu a airtime bibini me yehunu sebe wo ye nipa tuntum kram openi akaze kiremu sem ade abakwa atwa yanso na oman mu se ye ne yankasa ya mamre ene ya mane toto na se Ghana ni peso wade a Adwoa kwakwa ya wedding chenchirenche eko bokot mo banso kire ne se ope wedding Ghana ibi ene board den na ba ma ko sie sika bed send ye 60,000 Ghana cedi sika bebre nya sem kumo ubeye wedding ba ko bebie na 1 billion na kwana kwabane yakoba bosia be wade o kire mu se Ghana ne yi so person ba mode na tena se na mama mre kwan so ko hu oba na busua sika kuma bi kwa ne ho ade na fa sika aka no sure oba ni dwa na da chance me na sa otena se bibini na se bibini ama de won pede ya na Ghana ni sasabe o ya yira kra.
How do we make our country, our continent move in the direction we want? Maybe at the macro level, you can't really influence policy as at now. You can't tell the government what to do or what not to do. But at your own level, I've invited us to take seriously things that belong to us. You may think it's not just notional. You may think it's ideological, but there is no such thing as well-being before identity. Identity precedes well-being. So you have to know yourself in order for you to begin to talk about well-being and development. So if you are going to reject even your name, so when you are saying you want Africa to be this or that, which Africa? Since there are no Africans, because for you to be an European, it begins from the fact that you see them with European names. DLFM. Now you are an African and you don't even have an African name. So when you are saying you want Africa to be good or Ghana to be good, is it with Elizabeth, with Pamela, or with all the funny names that we invent from maybe even Latin America or Asia?
DLFM 106.9
is better than Adwoa, than Oforiwa, than Kwame. That is a problem we have. And then, like I already mentioned, some of all these things that practically we can do. Stop calling our own marriages traditional marriage. Then after you now go and do wedding. When you go and wear the traditional attires, it is called wedding. You don't need another one. You can go to the church for prayers if you believe in Christianity. You can go to the mosque for prayers. But you shouldn't do any other wedding. That is squander money because it keeps us poor. That is another thing. The abuse of our own culture, of our own identity, leads directly to poverty, impoverishment, and failed relationships because there are so much expectations. You want to wear the white gown, another person's culture, and it is expensive. Some of the time you import these things. You want to do a big cake. All these things, who sent you? You want the ring. All these things are not your culture and are not biblical too, if you are even a Christian or not in the Quran.
Any awoti ye a lecturer at University of Ghana. Ne den the Dr. Chika Imba. Ena wote ne kain na ne kwakura mu no ena Mays Jair Sewa Boateng oye leader edema Open Foundation West Africa ede to so kire mu sem esemufo mekire de test ena afi nso mambo moden epa be hye niama ede kwa be fontentan so ede fa bi ma ho no mamo ho moden sei mo be kan nsem asabe eyensempa ede afa bibi ma hom o kire mu adwuma de bi o mo de si o mani so na Africa eye wiki eye challenge eno na ye adwuma de o mpese o mo boa na biman yetimi ka ho sempa na edikogu eye Wikipedia so na wiase nyina ehunu say yes Africa nso sabe enya din bone nkuto na esayen efrise Ghana ni nya kwanya ekopie monane a obetia ne se ne grass nkwa na ofreni nua wa Ghana hata sabe efuom honom na Ghana ni de sabe oyewura mu ni o kirema nya de panti wakasa kiremi se ewom se Ghana agifa ahudie na nso bibiman yeguso wa nkrasu mu afrise Ghana ni transem de afa no ne man ho a ensem poto nsem aye fitantantan kuto ne yeka ensem pa de yenka bi okirema mo akram afin so okirema obomaden ehya foforo nkransem omo ka nsem de fa bi ma omomaden so betwe nsem a eba fa ye ne ankwase bekwasem afin so ya mamre ene esikasem kwan de before fa so boy bra ne yenya se de biada ye promote abofo ne yankase before de yanka nsem pa enfa ye hom o kirem sa bafu ba fa ye nomum etete yesa nanso make say Ghana ni da so ahye nkwasum a ha twen o kirem a ewom se yadi fa hude nanso egusu ahye nkwasum ase a tete se before ye nkusu ankura ye mu a bosia bona ya brabra kirem a sa na ma no yenya kire de ne yanka sempa fa bi mansa bi ebibini nso oye onipa na o kirem a sabe abo akusie sa so bada na ahwe a ebeka udi awiade befa no unkuto na wonim
Jael Sewa Boateng mena midi Open Foundation West Africa enim na energy medeni because me kind of Africa Wiki challenge and it say get information about Africa airport online, that is Wikipedia enti ene Wikimedia Foundation jumeko a omo na Wikipedia e share omo ase no ene ye adwuma a ye training for youth ene obi a omo opese omo ne ho kwan no this adwuma dey bia Africa say this information be online. It's anything near what her and then no ye way free say topic na ye can ho asem.
DLFM 106.9
ene dwuma ya ye e de apia bedru sabre ene hu susanso a e ba yen so enti no ye de yen na ye be hia say be di san komo we na ya boa ye ho ne ahra adwen eno pokra be boa editors no more information ko Wikipedia no e hu say nyoma say na yen Africans ye pese yen fan ko online e man ko fon hu about us eno nti na me kwa show ene ye say dwumedi free say sani ameka ye no ohamo chichemu mienu e wo information na wo Wikipedia pe ene ye about Africa sani ameka ye enye kra e wo form say ye pese ye ma afofro enhu say ye ade omunhu nepa enkamfa Africa ho a e wo say ye ya na ye nka ye nsem na say ya nka na hwe say obi anso nti asem ho no so aka na ye fam ye pese ye entre slave trade ye fam na ase efri ho no ya adwe nyina ye say ye shabrofo ase ye nhye dan tete ye ho sa even though ya de ye ho so man ye nhye dan de ye ho every so to your mom beka say ye nyina still na ye ko omo ho ekwaji sika even information about Africa online no be kokohwe ma obehu say bebre na pokra na nye ye Africans na na sign throw you abrofo na omo de ye fa sa ya onim no mo na tro nti omo ka no senia ye ho no ba ye na ye te ye yawo ye ne enim na ye fam na ye ne enim se na ebesi aka ye nsem
eni a woti ye eye maize Jair Sewa Boateng on ye leader edema Open Foundation West Africa.
Yantoa Kasiabone so na Goldfields Ghana for Belanche eye program omude beboa ye kokko akuafo beye eye ahasa e won potemu honom na ye dwumeko ede ba ye Taka Mines eye operation for na hyehyɛ ye omudidi dwuma na yade e be kire se eye dwumeko no wa ho fama bi so betimi aboa na mpuntu atimi aba potemu sanso na ye kokko akuafo ne so ni mpuntu betimi aba omabra abomu na ye akuafo a ahasa omukohia mu wo honom no yade omunya ye spray machine sanso anendra wodi gu eye no ba so ani ndra wodi kum eye moawa ani kokko abani nina eye kokko board fo agi atum no ade omode ma eye kokko akuafo beye ahasa no sane beye omoso beboa na eba kokko adwuma no betimi ayehu ye papa na ye Taka Mines eye Goldfields of manager Catherine Kuto adi nsem tudwa na ochemu se ade eye mani so adi hu se ba 5-year program ye betimi aboa na kokko akuaye no omoye ne betimi atre akona nim ye papa sanso anomudi sike hyemu sane be ye bekuaye a ye mabunu ne so behu ne se ehu hia nti no wo so mutimi dua omamru anina etimi hyem sane be ye beboa na omo soso no ebetimi ama mpuntu etimi aba eye kuaye num sanso na omo bomodin ahwe se obetimi atreni eye mabunu no na sese de omo atreni mabunu be ye eye 29 omo bomodin graduate sane be ye omo so no ebata kwane eye daman yo betimi etimi aye bibi ewo honom no mu ye program we ewo abra na apprenticeship program no ekoso sane ebe ya mpuntuo ebetimi aba omabrabo.
It will also support the farmers to expand and have a sustainable farming through the seedling distributions. The intended outcomes for this support program, not limited, will be to see a 60% increase in cocoa production per yield per farmer. 250 farmers expanding their farm size by at least 25% through the seedling distributions. Improved household incomes and livelihood resilience. Strengthen local farmer groups or corporate entities through capacity building and support. Reduction in the use of unapproved agrochemicals. Contributions to national cocoa production targets and expanding performance. We will also expect an improved environmental sustainability.
Eni ya uti ye Catherine Kuto no na ye manager Edema Goldfields Taka Mine.
Yanto akase bono so ene ye nyira mu ewo DLFM efie ha no mam. Na nsema todwa no emu oda pasa sebe anomanam. Na ne nyina da ene sem eye Royal Duck Pharmaceuticals eye adwumaku a wonom eye ndura wonom enonom yem Royal Beauty Recovery Oil wonom etime asan Mavis ama inshira mensa dodoa bono mrano say Silver Lady fita sa kado wo hyerɛ sɛ denkyembo so no ene memeye wo mana musini mekire brand ambassador Enfama Royal Duck Pharmaceuticals and Efinso Onukwade nso ena onyina mu emmo daguro enka sempa emfanfa Royal Beauty Recovery Oil ne ho pam na mpanifo akirema Royal Duck Pharmaceuticals no wone me campaign a womba moden eye nduro titiriw eye niam ahodo a yedi siesie ni padua eni me honam duai eye naha ne ehunu na sabe ne honam duai sabe abo akire ben na konno pa ne fe no enya semkuma kra na Mavis Nhyiraba Mensa Silver Lady odo ena ye programs manager esanso ye host edema aben wa ha drive na betiane se ne aben wa ha betiane se papa no ewe DLFM 106.9 obon homaden etimi akwakosan deal we a ekiremu se ono ena ba be ye face obe na musini abodaguro akansampa ede afa eye Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no ehum na agreement no ekoso enbrada na eye edwada kotoni baba seme na da na taso edonu nsia emfimpi mienu ne edonu nomo ewo Royal Duck eye Pharmaceuticals wono matena ya ewa dabraka ewo nkrabopode matemum na mra dia kasebo ene Mavis Nhyiraba Mensa Silver Nutrition Command o kirem se o Nhyiraba o kasa edefa Royal Beauty Recovery Oil na eyade product no ewo abonten dada na mum mekese from modern akanya adwumadie ni mu a wono mahye kina ede eye amount oil ede afremu a mekese de wo ye Ghana ni utieme ene ya skin no se de wo de tie biada wonsaka jezenne Royal Beauty Recovery Oil ya wonam dua no ebe ye sochen pasa sabi abofra ketwa eto hom Mavis Nhyiraba Mensa ese yanka nkyere Ghana for sem Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no eyade a eyade pa boba nipa honam dua no ene ye na hana tumi boa uye obi a bi mpa meka se wakwa awo so uwie ye sesene stretch marks adu ni padua de aboso ene ye kutwa adu ni padua de aboso uye obi mpa meka se no ebe wanye nkwanhia honam de ne atiti wohwe kobla ne wede a sabe ayawren se sabe kotire honam woye oba woye se ya wade wunya bidda mema na aba no pa honam a eye troka na ha wodon safa so ase papa no Silver Lady kiremu se menka nkyere Ghana fo nyina asem ene oyiraba abonte Ghana fo nsini forma obiada enkotobie no eye beauty recovery eye Royal Oil no ena ba montana Ghana fo nyina ntobi na pese honum ani da honom a eno ena ye papa no odin sem sei etodi ye kase gbanim.
Insha, thank you very much. Royal Dutch Pharmaceuticals a Ghanaian owned company omoye into pharmaceutical drugs and natural healthcare and beauty products, and by the grace of God they are signing me on to be a face and ambassador for the natural beauty product Royal Beauty Recovery Oil the oil that we are promoting now so Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no oil our modia ba eboa all skin types say we kokose we tuntum sa akora se penny, and one good thing about the oil is a natural oil, it's a natural product no modia, and so you get your correct skin nankasa na open obi hono mo a wenya stretch marks obi ho awom wachi stretch marks be name marks kakranka kabu ho accident be na wenya mark be nya ade this oil Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no so the din is no recovery oil. In fact, it was already in the market and now one more enhance product no with almond oil aka ho ema etimi adwumani ye enti no when you use it on your skin, any of these scars and say stretch marks and say anything ebema with there no ebeha with there no there when you get the Royal Beauty Recovery Oil now the sra the ye wonku the best sra eboa clear with skin amount that natural look no enti enne no yankopon adom enra ena yesensan krata eto so a Nhyiraba Silver Lady may the face and the brand ambassador for the Royal Beauty Recovery Oil. And this time around, when you see Royal Beauty Recovery Oil, you see Silver Lady. When you see Silver Lady, you see Royal Beauty Recovery Oil.
Ne kwa kramo no ena Mavis ama Nhyiraba Mensa Silver Lady or se papa no ese young gantra Ghana fo nyina sem eye Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no eyade ababontere so ebusuya nyina da monsanka bi ankwankre wonsanka bi viso no wankasa na wede ani aye naha da biada Ghana fo eka kire ne sei o hrensa denchembo no ne secret ni nyina ni o ni nyina da eye Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no te Ghana ni Monsanka bi nemwa opa wakase kyerem sem. Sa wonsaka bia wakala ne sade tie no. Se woye tuntum, se woye kokko. Eni asempo na sen se sabi prema ani a wa mo ne bre yata so a ne nyina besesa emo ade se sabi abofo ya no foforo na wonsaka bia wanka se obedi adanse e de se twede amponyankopon animunyam.
I recommend say ebusuen bia efie bia obi anya bi. Very good. Personally, I used it before I accepted to this particular contract. I used it and me de no kra me use ye nasa. So it was yesterday me sign a contract ni wie ye na masanya de fofra me sanya to. So I don't use any other pomade and as in kumbia me dware wi a na me the Royal Beauty no me de asra so. Me the silver glow jari. Nam the Royal Beauty recovery oil no. Nam me the asra. Basically, no ana idea me. Me should I get any natural skincare routine, beauty. No, I don't do that. But no na me use it for some time, and I've seen say Adwoa me. It just still gives me that my natural look na. My skin no it's it gives me that look no. So I recommend say obia used to be, and that is why I decided say me no mo be ye adwuma no. Na ma bo hu de ro e de atre we are say any adofo nyina say this is indeed good, and what person was skin no taking a natural look na was saying na ebeboa even with anti-aging say be a max bi ne insansa bi ne ade bi no ba rede ne a wo de fa Royal Beauty recovery oil no fa sra wo de fa Royal Beauty recovery oil fa sra and one kasa obedi adanse papa ewe echire
ani a wuti ye ayesem twene odi ne dwuma ewo DLFM 106.9 na nyankopon ayadom ma brewa ayi puma komo no ene kwakwaye brand ambassador ede ama Royal Dark Pharmaceuticals ono eco promoti exene product aba bonte de daso no Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no ena wote nenkan eno actually ena abet obi dia ba head of IT and afinso blans ede ma Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no echiremu say product ne ye pan mavis insurance o munsa kani aba adwonko atadwufo wa wono mate denne.
Royal Beauty Recovery Oil, very customized product which deals with the skin, a lot of it. But basically, this product does a lot of things. Once it has to do with skin and skincare, every part of the body, every type of skin, every gender, it will work it out. It diminishes scars and then stretch marks, which is one of the major functions of this product. It takes away all stretch marks and scars. We are not line black, we are DLFM. But to go on, this product deals with it in a very natural way. And one top range is that it's infused with an organic almond oil. You should Google the benefits of almond oil and you will see what benefits this product comes with. So we looked around, and once again, if you are pushing an organic product, you need an organic person. And you'll be out and now we are getting an out from one as a white shirt TV asset. Maybe we need to pick a very organic person, which is so valid. And then we are just adding on another load. And then also adding common, maybe some obey or so be until Nhyiraba at the end sub
DLFM 106.9.
Yeah, my minimum now here, baby, now recovery oil. Would I know a child so to me in a so valid way? It's an opinion, if there is any initial response, we'll have that before we move on to something. Thank you very much.
E mo de pa sa no mandam eni a wuti ye Albert Obidiaba ono ene head of IT ono so na mo blans ne nyina no ohwe omudwumadie suom ede ema Dark Pharmaceuticals ena wote nenkan na ne kura mo no ena me wofa se ba ne din ede root ameyaw ono ene head of marketing chiremu say Royal Beauty Recovery Oil no ayade pa na Ghana ni apese already no eni ye na ha said Yankopon ball foforo no wote na mansanka bi said your already tie bia no sabe ayawren se sabe achichidi achimpo a wo de betoso e magana fo ehun say yes onso wo hire pass sabe silver lady.
Royal Beauty Recovery Oil improved version of our product Osiris Avis. Osiris Avis na our market ni dada, but we know improved version of it. Now we know the almond oil aka ho. Previous ones we didn't have almond oil in it, but this one we have it in it. Now almond oil no so niam bebre ma skin no. Almond oil like dey egu mu no eboa ma skin no ni na ye richre ama skin no aye basa stretch marks aye de wo stretch marks a wo be fa wa asase so ni na eclair ni na we nso eboa ema skin na air papai omo very dry skin wo de sra e patch up skin no ema skin no enya ne normal effect ema skin ni ye kama omo ama try no e di one dance bebre ye de call market ni mu no nipa mienu miensa bi gi ye samples no na omo di one dance e kan ne a e ye ma omo nti product we de nye product bi akeke e ye product aba e ba be boa yen ma even in me man nkasa nso nti me pa cho we ye product ye be gi atu na ye nim se e be ko echiri so ye da say
Any a woti ye or no and akopie mum. Ewa Royal Dark Pharmaceuticals na or no and your head of marketing. Ne den Eddie me wafase Ruth Ameyaw nene and a woti ye. Yen can come adwinche ne tew na kasebo no yen so so. Na we free. We every Kwame Nchen was loud and clear inside East Legon Hills. Yeah, that's we see a master planner junior can tampon Uchirima. Chairman won't to me has done nothing wrong. Why do you arrest him after he honor the invitation of the CID? President Mahama and his NDC are so I saw one family near Mama Temedas. What? Nyabotre. Aya onu nya asema nyabotre. Dora ya Agyei Christian Village no him say congrats. My beautiful Esther. Oh, yeah, that's your fame. Richard, I heard him say good evening to your Pentecost at attack what could become trouble with the Shekon crown. AKA a Hunswam Penny Adwoa Agyei Sikapa. Ye can say more they say. Nanam, DJ Ghanaman feeding news when I can say with more the person on Bandam. I heard my Ghana a phone in a take a Sebono, a different DLFM and nest. Or they are Snedju Madian Yabos in the answer that's I mentioned what is so promoted DLFM. Coffee Parliament, my Samantha Bono Sande Tio, not more than a Diamontes way. And as the DLFM news in the air, the more the Sabiano Mana Mampa live, Eddie Free Akuna Bobby Kuma Apa. Sikapa? And then I'm bringing to me first of Fanama, and TM Penny for the Fanche. Yamia do match night, Baba. Now, yes, also wine ever. Say, yes, sir. Said you mechanic what ye? Oh, Mitzi. Bonabas way. Oh, Malika Bonabas. And Yamayan Saman. Who's that? What here, Nimpao? Say about radio, so I but Yanni say, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, Papa no, I'm penny and pa. Silver lady, fire too. But Yanni, Abiwa.
Hey, silver lady, we a fit hasa kado. Hey, silver lady, we a fit hasa kado.
Not the way I saw so. Nese bebie wu edi amano enti ye nuaba silver lady yebo abaso ene adwumaden a wopo na wote yanim na Ghana ne a wotie mi nso de we product we no e mo de sa no mandam we de so obeka no kra chana silver lady na we de se de te na fato de na hwe se de ekọ mesre wada ye ma me silver lady se de na ho fedua te na we de no product na no kokotobi ana meboa ana manka ne ye kura kotobi na ho de nya fa Kofitela say o hia na oyo ba na we de ne ayo rensin se sabia chichide achi o fi o ana no ba ku bi o so de ne safa na ta so nyame anim ne kure ni wan friend bi like I say one official oh
it's official DLFM 106.9
Kofitela friend bi o kura de mesra oyo ba wa de ngu hu ani wase e de say the silver lady aye no waka no kure de wo nyina kire eye kwehwa na e ba
Apakan GH.
Apakan GH wade na eba.
Sports.
Enti abaya we so odi ni ho dance enti eni ni ho dance yanse yako.
Medin de Angela Abna Sabia. Gospel Risk PSB modern basic 4. Mitie Apakan GH. Apakan GH aya number 1 enti BNC Midama.
Enu achi so graji so wa dance edi.
Apakan GH ansasa sedaku ososoro bonja wunsuro obenteng ne yairi otetetu. Hey, Apakan GH okumafo obuafo okwankwasu esutwa okwan opehene ne hina opehene ne wo Apakan GH etifi epwei enefoni atoi baby atemdin wodene na ewom enti yinsem ne gu ho mako
DL Power Sports emu ade ejawom
akenka voye se kodwa besme ne mredi ameje so ya takwade kodwa krom twabe wode she konkron Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B mene
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa
Ewa munyina mo enitia adehye
DL Power Sports. The one there. The Jawo. That devil.
Sara yanku popeno. Je na yanku po atoro se ebe ho no ene ebe he ho. Enti yeda yanku po ase. And some mistakes na by in our players side na womutimi equalize ye no inshallah bro ni say mintu mo ase obehwe na wasiyehye no mabi
the what direction of Kife's economy here
direction me ye na ediko ye ediko wini na ma kofa obi aba na ma high diamond na mitianika kind of you are journalists, some of you I think you are doing like you don't go to school. Direction, man. I'm taking Confessor to a good direction. We thank God. We hasn't lose in our home today. 4 matches, 1 point. Alhamdulillah. You are taking yourself for bad direction, action, bad caution.
Bladagba wotro ya melegbedra no vinyo fogoto fio wotro ya chagamagbado megba no in sports ye metwogbo no yimenko enyu DL Power Sports update melekuku no wotro ya yo madana grona madana mesia mekrofogoto fio no chome radio adre DL 106.9 sports air dimila ye me no metwogbo na tamedekuku no ngba de radio alegia na neno gia anyami ganjobi tuobole bo no koye Facebook e YouTube bekene menga bo hefia no yo bekene hu be she watahye ku wake sports ni ba egbaji DL Power Sports update me kpabo fai bekene ni ochemoko ni moku akemoko ni mofia mo ke radio afo DL 106.9 good evening to our cherished listeners and viewers watching us live across all our social media platforms. Tuesday evening, we are back on your radio. We are bringing you DL Power Sports Update. So please don't hesitate to call a friend, to tell a friend, to inform the whole family that DL Power Sports Update is airborne live on DL 106.9. Ebusia mamenyina we suna enanwure. Baby bia wo bia mema adwon ema akwaba. Embe piem won krampumpuni mantem. Ene Ghana giatum kasafidie kase ba kopeso. DL ohani nsia echiripo enkron. Brother enwumere wedu se agudi momranti yesinkunya na agudi wonsama wodo a yakwa kopedi akoma semofo wagibra tenase. We wu so asone sokroje ntebeni nyina we ye fimni aka die osie modu otie fodi tie sa wote ohwe fodi hwe sa ohwe ena yen okafo nso redi kase yaka ena yetenase yere babesomo agudi wonsama edi adanadane ebu mfumpa ni adencheche ewo Ghana bibrem eni broni cross ya trading DL Power Sports Update ebusia baby bia obi atami kuchu ya boabo ansem na no ya bone bede ya besane mu edi egufam edi ama na ebusia kameona na anwumre ya mfa seda kese emfa madwumaku a ya from Lumba ensupa na Lumba ensupa ya dwumaku omonom kitaimu ema na anwumre yede ensem na eba na Lumba ensupa ensu abadwama nso a emode emote kama emu krojen na Food and Drugs Authority edi afam fidie ma yenhwehwemu agye atum se ne obepiem ewo Ghana na opensu de na emu ye kama dia champion number 1 ni ahenche na ehye no eno ani Lumba ensupa enti ebusia ne insu ayenom de eno ani Lumba ensupa fiefie mononom nkwalane kosku a momfa bi nhye mo bag mu no momfa nko dwumadie bia odi bia nfaso mo ahoho mo amotonton nso Lumba ensupa no ena monton eni jesamne se ye won bottle eni ye won sachet enti ni awpa bia no obetumi anya na odi edi udwuma ya to apeten enti baby bia wo bia e won kran ha no obenya bi dance man ne mpatam madam abanyame cha kache e wa pie to sling oben Lumba sport no obenya bi e won akache 0557 349 401 0557 349 401 ena enu achi nso no owuramu ewo ofankwa ne mpatam Mama Vic akache ewo Sport M Washing Bay 0500 680-783 frɛ Mama Veka obenya bi Lumba Spanoba DLFM ya kache ewon kran Gbogwa Junction ya ne Wisconsin International University no ena edi anim hwe obo ran ya kache a o de reception o oba beto obi wo kache ren se ope Lumba Spani bi ato both bottle any sachet no obeli diu na wetumi enya bi ato na bibia aye kama ba bibia obia no opese wo ton bi ana oji bi gu akache ana order bi edidi ujuma bi afre number si 03550 no abo 5 miensa 274757 ana 0577 475343 Lumba ensupada roma ibusia yatena se na nwumre yare aguri mu nsam ede eba besomo aseda kase nkoma kwa mefumo ta ikire yare ensam na eba champion Kofitela Facebook and YouTube odiyan atwo DLFM 106.9 obetumi enya bi ahwe na ebusia me ameti akunya kese mu de nsam yi eba besomo di ameje so no eye ayensu ano de hye Apakan GH de blazer ki yenti we mfam prapra kwam yeba yebesi famni atuja ede agudi mu nsam de asomo na nwumre
Apakan GH wode nyansa de wadiawo wo interview wo kasai wa hobrase wo radio mu kire se wo yo pabe ne wo radio mampa enti
abusia yanka jangumu na yanshan samna se na nwumre mfama de yansha se emfam fifie ewe yandie na yewia ne yare broni kroso de no etumi area to aso de amade yansha se emfam fi the noble act of self defense eno ne yakane boxing po kikrao ya ball na osore de ya to aso wentuma ansore a na wo opponent no wenya on knockout base na odi wani chem awo Guinea ho na African Youth Boxing Championship no etumi etodwa na enije samane se Ghana nkola akoma akomiensa wo amateur boxing no o metumi akwaji gold medal edi aba Ghana na Desmond Ofe middleweight no oji gold George Dowona bantamweight oji gold and offense Matthias Ashite flyweight on so etumi eji gold ene omako puti up that incredible performance na obia etumi ebo mabaso na omobaye no omukopie mu ewo National Sports Authority akache na National Sport Authority omo Director General Mr. Yaw Ampofankra na Mr. Yaw Ampofankra ejina Ghana mampene His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Nemo esanso ejina Sports and Recreation Minister friend Honorable Kofi Adams Anemo ebo mrante na basadi amakwakoye momi ansa nyina obi atumi akwaji gold ewo ni division de yebo mabaso mwachire say indeed Ghana boxing ejina ne nanso
Minister Honorable Kofi Adams, His Excellency the President, of course, John Dramani Mahama. Yes, indeed, he was monitoring from afar, and at the right time, through your president and your executives, I'm sure the right thing will be done. I don't want to jump the horse as it were, but definitely we're so proud and so happy that you brought joy to us unexpectedly. That makes it even more sweet, and we shouldn't stop at encouraging them. So other boxers who see this will know that, look, if you fight for Ghana, if you sweat for Ghana, if you bleed for Ghana, there are rewards that will follow. Yeah.
Mr. Yaw Ampofankra, NSA Director General, and Obo Mrantie Miensa, Desmond Papu, George Dowona na Matthias Ashite Obo Mabaso se African Youth Boxing Championship course wo Guinea no o metumi akwaji gold medal wo bia division mu na enwachi no na Mr. Bernard Quarte Ghana Boxing Federation no ono no ye president oda no o se eba ne boxing Ghana dia a kire se sports ni nyina no eno na ejina intentene adebia no eba no omonem Ghana na eba ne sports wo Ghana dia boxing edi kanti nani age se Ghana amateur boxers 3 etumewremu o Guinea akwakwaji gold medals omate amateur boxing nanim asanso akire say indeed over Ghana ebane sports they are boxing and edikan.
You know, when we talk of sports in Ghana, I keep on saying that boxing. It is boxing. fact, though we have gone through a lot of challenges, but as you know, in sports, you cannot just give up, but you try as much as possible to make sure that if you represent Ghana, to make sure you get to the ultimate. And exactly what the boys have gone there to do. So for me, I can tell you I'm very happy. And I can also tell you that we have a lot to do because very soon we are going to be qualifiers, which is going to take place in Angola.
Mr. Bernard Quote and a Watan and Can Matthias Ashite na oka one of the amateur boxers no omutumi ekwaje gold medal no ede ebaye na osi nani agye pa omu nyina no 3 boxers no omani agye se omatumi achieve sade we ede amagana so omu nyina no bia atumi agye gold medal ede amagana osi we no na enye easy nanso nyankopon atumi ka omo matumi ayesade we ede amagana eno achi nso no coach a okochi omo no or the Aseda Eddie Emano.
We are very excited. We are really super excited about what we are doing. It wasn't that much about God to that coach. How to start this coach for all you have done for us. We only want my work for ourselves. Everything went there, not that much out. We came out with flying colors. We are prepared for it, so we came out with a good flying colors. On my final, on my birthday, yeah. I fought my final and I got my opponent and they also did so. That's a plus for us. What you need to expect is support. Support us. There are many kids and many upcoming boxers that are supposed to support us. You can excel and come out.
Matthias Ashite bantamweight no oje gold medal ana watene kan yemfi boxing dia yemrem awo the senior men's national team the Black Stars of Ghana omo akache na uremo ewo UK English abroach memo omo hinkro landina Unity Cup no ashase ende Trinidad and Tobago ene Jamaica ene di biano na omo first game no china Ghana ye ne yenuanum alatayao Nigeria ye de game no e de bebuania enye asam ketwa Otuado training coach ma Black Stars of Ghana yebisa say Unity Cup we den e be ye ma Ghana eno si we no akwanya obetumi dia so ne mrante na hwe na September World Cup qualified games edi Ghana nemu no yetumi ama mrante na boabo mu ye na yetumi akwakobonti Otuado chirema or see Unity Cup no or the best son in Mrantian ye ashe edi ama September World Cup qualifies a Ghana yebebo.
First of all, it's very, very nice to be here, and surely we are using this opportunity to do further tests, to test our players, to see our players on a very, very high level. And we're happy that we are getting this opportunity, and for us it's surely a good test for the upcoming World Cup qualifying games in September.
Otuado Tuanen Samson Yabisansa Brantia Yefane Felix Afenejan obo Juventus next generation for about 3 years no friend ma Blasters after say 2022 World Cup no yebo game against Nigeria we no Brantia no friend bi Adentina ne wa friend no and o say okan young players or person ma kwenya no okan obi na Felix Afenejan no ene no scout awodo ene onu Otuado no emmonita ni ye ene omu se emre wiedu so mbesade na ba na Felix Afenejan ankasa no ne career ne se ne kono enhyada nkosa ye na emom no football enyama bi se no e kan bi nti we akwenya de ma no se obetumi akire ni obetumi aye.
A lot of young players, and he's also young, which I want to give a chance. Surely we are observing the players all the time. I was flying around Europe the last months. I saw a lot of matches, met a lot of players. We're getting features from our video assistants, and he did well, and that's why we wanted to give him another chance. He's still young. His career hasn't been like he expected it to be, and but this is normal in football. Sometimes you have ups, sometimes you have downs, and for him it's another opportunity to show himself.
Otuado yebisani se Inaki Williams Kudus Mohammed ni players akese no Thomas Stepper Teoma ma adan eno si o ebinum eprashe shomo omu plan ye serious e bidie no ye plan ketenkete na mo ni nyina mo no na we akwenya de ma players ni bi se omo nso mbenya akwenya abewura mu Black Stars no na omo nso etumi abechiro mbobobre na football de eto de bia si enye de bia e na obenya omrante a ope.
Difficult to say. So Iñaki has been out, for example, for 3 weeks. No, there's nothing we can do. Kudos, he came to the hotel today and visited the players. So there are different things. So we are still bonding, we are connecting, we're trying to do the best. But if somebody's injured, there's nothing we can do, and we have to look at the games. On the other side, it gives opportunity for a lot of other players, and this is how football is. At the moment, it's not only us, but also other teams have a lot of injuries. Some are very, very serious, and some are maybe just slightly. But this is how it is, and we try still to bond. This is a situation also which could occur in September. So,
Black Stars of Ghana coach Otwado Enabusia Watenenka enso ewo hono no. Na urem ewansenfu from a Black Stars akachina no Benjamin Asare hat of folk goalkeeper ne Black Stars no kamia is number 1 spot no on one yakọ dia mananesa na Benjamin Asare yebisanse wenya kwenya urem Unity Cup ukobobi oden na oka eno si odo bi biase se omata na chi abribia nyama koyedi na we no omode prepare na oma prepare very well tournament here Unity Cup so betumi age yentie Benjamin Asare nanu disem.
Okay, so far says in our canon, first of all, me that's because it's not easy say as a local player now with me calling to the national assignment. But it says in our canon because every match be a tough match for us because always necessary psyche and we prepare because there's any time no we be a bit messy until once let me a friend and then say represent tonight me make it na say be Ghana phone so be say oh these guys are now boys win some more we are there until no any preparation this
Benjamin Asare goalkeeper Edema Bobokua your friend on how to for Blasters number 1 there kamia say ya yo no ane sa na watenenka Henry Asante Chum any team no and London ho na Henry Asante Chum GFA Communications Director Echirima currently are on here say the players e makuma kudunsia and Black Stars camp akansia na ankosi se ne enko na wie de na insia no abeka teams no na endra team no training na team no players makuma kudunum and camp omoye training na bibia edida na akwam
16 who are currently in camp 6 are expected this morning to join the team. Unfortunately, they will not have enough time to train, but that is what it is. That's what we have to deal with because of the tight nature of the fixture and the days leading up to the game. Yesterday, we had 15 players in training. Some of them did field training. Others did light training. Those who played on Sunday, Jordan Ayew played on Sunday. So he had light training and then he came out. Also, Christopher Bonsuba played for his club Genk in a game against Anderlecht. And so he also did light training and came out. And Majid Waris as well did light training and came out. But the rest of the players who played on Saturday and Friday were in full training session that lasted about 1 hour. And then I think they all looked good. They looked very lively. A player like Majid Ashimeru, he got to the training ground. He was not part of us as at the time we were leaving the team hotel, but he got to the training grounds, I think 20 minutes into the training because he came straight from the airport and then he changed and moved straight onto the pitch. And I think we were very much impressed with his decision to go in and throw himself into the training session, even though he came quite late. Everything is fine. When we returned from the training, we had Abdulaziz Issa joining, and so the rest of the players are expected to join today, and hopefully we'll have a full house by 7 o'clock when we train, in the evening.
Henry Asante Chum and a Kasamafo, Edema Ghana Football Association was your ending come players Makwa Kudunsia and our Black Stars Akache Nankwane Eno Akansia or Shenim Se Ombabeka Timno and Afenso and players na dunum and a womuye training Bibia Edidan Akwemo. Eko Asma, a senior sports journalist, now was specializing on our boxing, a bano, a young penny for a yen century you make a good yamunsawa. Won't me senior Eko Asma and Fanthim, or say Osha players or to Adwoa Tunsa, Edia from Eko Unity Cup ya, in a fellas of Fenejan Yadenaba. Abdo Azizi Sanen and Kikaodia. Bibia de di perfect GFNO, I and Adrian say, or peso use Unity Cup way, at the resurrected players in the carrier. Na Omokoto Mudi, na Omonyama and the Bibiatre, saying ya blasters no homogen on a Ghana no. Now omo players are Omo Berry revival Omo carrier, no Makoto Medi, and a homogen.
Fena is trying to be rehabilitated. He doesn't have a club, he needs a high profile, so he gets it. Abdulaziz, he didn't make the cut at Barcelona. He needs someone kind of high profile. So they're using the Black Stars as a platform to sell and rehabilitate some players, to make business at the expense of Ghana. Because these matches, in the long run, they affect their rankings. They affect our rankings. Mm-hmm. And it's still the taxpayers' money that takes care of the Black Stars. So how is it that we're going to use the taxpayers' money to take care of the Black Stars and the business people will get money straight into their pocket without any fraction of it going into the sports ministry? You know, this is why they get a pushback from the media and they don't understand.
Senior Eko Asma, Ebanin Century Jumewa, Wabin Bruta, and a Waten and Kano, Lawyer Safuduku, and a Kasamafo, Edema Kumasia Santikotoko, or say Kotoko. And Coach Abdul Karim Zito no Kotoko mono ekoye bruta na obompa esebeto aso akwanisa na season e ba na wie Kotoko betna se no me take decision about Abdul Karim Zito na decision on be take no omo be make sure sebebo Kotoko any Ghana football.
So far they've been fantastic and we pray that it continues so. Throughout the season we will do a proper assessment of their performance within this short period and take a decision that will be in the best interest of Kotoko and Ghana football.
Lawyer Safuduku ne Kasarema Kotoko and Waten and Kana Bobo Kua, your friend is Swedro All Blacks after 16 years. Oma qualify Aba Ghana Premier League. Now Prince George Kofi, coach Edema Swedro All Blacks or Chima, or say Juma Dane and offense on discipline and to me Monday Oma qualify. The Aba Ghana Premier League.
Yeah, hard work, discipline. Hard work, and also discipline. Yeah, they did it. They did, but we were able to manage the situation. They did. Yes, they did. Yeah.